Hi folks, and welcome to the second installment. Last week we talked about how to place a little invisible frame object on your screen and click on that and bring up a text object. And to follow up on that, this week I want to show you how to click on an invisible frame somewhere on your image and bring up an audio file. So in preparation for doing that, I've already created the three little audio files, but I'll show you how to do that as we go along. But I've also added the click on the tiny frame and bring up the text object. So let's test that first. I'm going to go to preview, and if I click on the eye here on the left side from your perspective, that should bring up Lindsay's name. This should bring up Lynn's name, and this should bring up Jacob's name, and it does. So everything is working, and I put an exit button in here so we can quickly go back to the PicturesToExe main program. Okay, how do we go about now creating a situation where we can click on, say, the opposite eye and bring up an audio file? Well, I've created three little audio files, and I'll show you more about that as we go along. It's a very simple thing to do, and it's simply me saying the word Lindsay Williams, Lynn Evans, or Jacob Williams. So first we have to take the original image, and let's do our programming on this image. So let's go to Objects and Animations, and I have the three frames that bring up the little frames, as you see. If I click on them, let me reduce the size of this a little. You can see a frame around Lindsay's eye, around my eye, and around Jacob's eye. Well, when you click on those areas, that's what brought up the text with our names. So I'm going to add three frames, and I'm going to click on the parent frame. I made a parent frame here simply to control the size of the image or control its position and so forth. It's just a common practice to do this. This is superfluous. It doesn't have to be here. But I'm going to click on it. I'm going to add three more frames. And I'm doing this by right-clicking my mouse button and choosing Add, and then choosing Frame. So now I have frames 4, 5, and 6. Well, the frames default to covering the entire screen, so what I'm going to do is reduce this a little and click on 4, and then here's your 4 frame, and I'm going to make it cover Lindsay's eye, and then I'm going to click on frame 5, and I'm going to make that cover my eye. I'm simply reducing the size of it. You can go in and be more precise if you like. I don't think we need to for this purpose. Okay. Now we have the three frames, additional frames created, and what we want to do is link these frames to an audio file. Well, how can we do that? Well, actually, the best way to link a frame to an audio file is to create another image and link it to that entire image. That is, when the image comes up, the audio file plays. That's really a very easy way to do it. So what I've done is I have duplicated my original image, which is called Demo, and I've made Demo 2, Demo 3, and Demo 4, and I have those stored. So I'll eventually want to link, when we click on one of these objects on the initial picture, that should jump to the image that has that audio file connected with it. But now that we've done this initial programming, what we need to do is to tell these three frames where to go. And we can do that simply by going to the Common tab, and for example, frame 4, which is Lindsay's eye, we want to say where to go to a slide with the name. And the name of the slides that I've created are Demo 2, 3, and 4. So I want to go to Demo 2. I'm just going to put those names in right now. And we want to do the same with this one. We're going to go to Demo 3. And for the final one, which is Jacob's eye, we want to go to Demo 4. Now that we've done this on the original image here, what we need to do is we need to copy the original image and paste it 3 times. So to copy it, I'm going to click on it to highlight it, right click to say copy, and then Control V 3 times to paste the original slide. Okay. Now all the code is in. If we go to one of the slides and look at it, we see all the code is already in there because we put it on the original slide. However, we're not on the proper, we're calling the original slide 3 times, and we need to be calling Demo 2, 3, and 4. So I'm on slide 4. That means I need to call Demo 4, so I'm going to click on this, click on the properties, and then click on the little icon beside the picture here, and go find my files. There's Demo 4. Now if I go back to slide 3, I need to change this to Demo 3. Slide 2 should be Demo 2. Okay. Now we have it going to the proper places. But the thing that remains, we still have not linked those images with their respective audio files. So let's go, we're on image 2 here, and this is the one which is linked to Lindsay. So if I go to my slide options and the main tab, down here we have an option to add an audio file. Well, the way you would make that audio file, which I've already done, is to click on the microphone, and then the record button turns to green when you're actually recording. You would click on this, speak into your microphone, say what it is that you want the audio clip to say, and then click on stop, and then save and exit and give it the location where you want it to be saved to, and so forth and so on. So since I've already done that, what I'm simply going to do is go add those audio files. Now I'm on slide 2, which is Lindsay's slides, so I'm going to add Lindsay to that. And then I'll go to slide 3, which is my file. So I'm going to add Lynn to that. And go to slide 4, which is Jacob's file, and add Jacob to it. Now, if we've done everything correctly, it should work. So let's see. Let's go to a preview. And first, let's test the original. There we have the name popping up when I click on this eye. So if I click on this eye, I should hear Jacob's name.
Jacob Williams.
If I click on this eye, on Lindsay, I should hear her name.
Lindsay Williams.
If I click on my eye over here,
Lynn Evans.
So everything works fine. So what we've essentially done, let me recap, is we have taken one original picture and duplicated it the number of times that we need for the number of objects, audio clicks, audio files that we want to bring up. So if we have 10 people in an image and we want to identify them with their names, we would make the original image and then 10 additional images by duplicating the original. But we do all of the programming on the original first, and then we simply go back and add the place where we have the audio file name for those files. And so we've worked out very well here. Let me go back to the original code. So we have the original picture that we did the coding on. We created rectangles, put those rectangles where we wanted on the screen. actually frames in this case. A rectangle has color. A color of this rectangle is a frame. So we've added invisible hotspots, as it were, to allow us to jump to these additional slides that contain the audio file. For example, if I were to click on this audio, on this particular one, this is demo 4, and if I were to just play that, let's do that, just that slide.
Jacob Williams.
You see how that works? We have assigned the audio file to the image. Let's do this. This one should say Lynn Evans.
Lynn Evans.
And then, of course, this one should say Lindsay Williams.
Lindsay Williams.
So what we're doing is we're jumping to a different image, but we're using the quick transition so it appears that nothing is happening except that we're getting the audio file when we click on that spot. That's all there is to it, folks.